In this last little video, I am going to help you sewing in your ends, or I will show you how I sew in my ends. So you have a pretty side, and then you have the back side that's kind of bumpy, and you have all of these ends. So I use a plastic needle usually. Sometimes I use a metal one, but I have been preferring this plastic. And you can start in the center, or you can work on the outside. Let's just start in the middle. And you'll thread your needle. And so what I normally do is I just weave it. So if it's coming through here, let's go this direction. And I'm just working underneath here. And I might want to pull that just a little bit to make that center hole not so big. You're just trying to disguise where you're tying in these ends. And sometimes it's hard, guys. It's all right. All right, so when I get to this part right here, this little straightaway part, well, let me go one more time. It's gonna go around one more time. When I get to the solid part, you try to weave back and forth. The key is 3 times is what I normally do. So when I go through, I'm gonna break the yarn a bit and come through the opposite direction. So now I've gone through, 1, 2. So I'm gonna go one more time, then I'll break this yarn again, come through. Then I feel like it's pretty woven in there, like it's not going to go anywhere. So then I feel a little more confident to cut it. Okay, so now I got another piece of yellow right here that I worked under here. I'm going to sew this one in. I just try to keep the colors together. I'm going to like work down where this yellow was. So kind of weaving it in and out, pulling it a little tighter. This red is bleeding through. I'm going to go through these stitches. So that's going to be 1 time. And then I'm going to break the yarn. You just don't want to go through the exact same way that you went, because if you go back and forth the exact same way that you went, it's just going to pull, it'll just pull the yarn out and it's not going to hold it tight. So you have to keep breaking through and not going through the same spot. Okay, I feel like that's woven enough. I'm going to cut it. All right, so then we work on the red, and I like to work in the solid clusters. These clusters, it hides the yarn best, I feel like. So since this is coming straight through there, I'm going to go ahead and break through this yarn when I'm going through this way. I don't want it to pull out. So that's 1. I'm going to go under here and go 2. And I'm going to break it and go 3. And then I'm good. And I can cut it off carefully. You don't want to cut the yarn. Okay, now I'm on this red. All right, so this one, so I'm at the top, right? I'm just going to kind of go through these stitches and just hide it. I'm going to work my way down to this cluster that I want to work through right here. I'm going to go 1, break my yarn and go 2, and then 1 more. Oops. All right, looks good to me. There you go. And just keep going until you get it all sewn in. And then you'll have a beautiful square to add to your collection. One more, I'll show you one more and then let you go. Just kind of work it through. I mean, if you want to go through all of that, you can. Like go through the whole corner, or you can just weave it through this first part. Whatever floats your boat. Oops, I lost it. One more time. There we go. And just cut it off. And like I said, when you get to this top part, I just weave it down to the center cluster. because that's the easiest part to hide your yarn in. So I'll just kind of go through the back parts of these stitches. Just try not to go through the front. Just weave it until I get down to a group of stitches down here that can hide my yarn tail, and weave it back and forth 3 times, making sure to split the yarn as I go so it won't pull out. And there you go. It works up pretty fast once you get the hang of it. I said I was going to let you go, might as well just finish so that you can see it all. The mystery of the granny square. And one more. And I always hide my yarn on the back side. You don't want to mess up the pretty front with your weaving. Not that anyone would see it, but I always go on the back. I'm going to just take the back parts of the stitch and work my way down to my cluster like before. Just go through this group. And make sure that you don't pull too tight because you don't want to distort your stitch at all. 2 and 3. And one more color. All right. I mean, you can go through that whole, if you want to keep going through that stitch and then work back to the middle maybe. You're just splitting the yarn, trying to embed it into that corner so it will not come loose. And then one more, this is your end. So this is where you end it off. So you gotta be a little careful. Just make sure that you don't tug it too tight. And I just try to, work it the best I can to make it hidden. Just hide it a little bit and then flip it back here. And then just kind of work down to my center cluster there. I've already worked yarn through here, so we'll kind of spread it out a little bit. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate. Sometimes. I'm going to go through one more time and call it a day. And then there you have it. Our book square. There you go. Isn't that lovely?